Hi, this is Michelle with Michelle's Macarons, and today we're going to talk about why your macarons might be having wrinkled tops. Here's what I'm talking about when I say wrinkled tops. Some of the people in the Facebook group were nice enough to let us use their pictures of some of the macarons that didn't turn out as perfect as they wanted them to. If you haven't watched this video yet, go watch that first, and that will tell you step by step how to make macarons. And then if you're still having some trouble like with the wrinkled tops, then come back and watch this. The first reason could be underbaking. Now, that is what I usually say if someone shows me that their macarons have wrinkled tops. I always recommend putting them in longer and being sure that your oven is at the right temperature. So if you don't know, you should have an oven thermometer in your oven because your oven might not be the right temperature. Even if it's brand new, it still might be off. Every oven I've ever had has been off. This is how you can kind of tell if you need to bake longer or raise your temperature. So if you have like the right size feet, which I don't like saying the right size because it's really preference, but if you've got good tall feet on your macarons and the top is wrinkled, I would say that is a good temperature. You just need to bake it longer. But if your feet are shorter and you're having a hard time getting the feet to be taller on your macarons and you have the wrinkled top, then I would say that is from a low oven temperature. So if you haven't already, go watch this video and I kind of explain that more. But basically you need that heat when you put your macarons in the oven to get those taller feet right away. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it to be notified whenever I come out with a new video. Another reason your macarons could have wrinkled tops is there might be some oil on some of your equipment. So make sure that all of the equipment that comes into contact with the macarons is washed completely, and you can even like wipe it down with vinegar to really make sure that it is completely clean of any oil. So you don't want to like make something with butter in it and then just soap and water and not really that hot of water and then use that for your macarons, because that would be too greasy and that could really mess with your meringue. Okay, another reason could be oily almond flour. That is something that I see a lot in the Facebook group. If you haven't, go join that. It's a free Facebook group. That varies based on what brand you're using. Sometimes the Kirkland brand that I use from Costco, it will have kind of an oilier batch every so often, but you still should kind of learn to make that work, because when you start buying in bulk, you're not going to be able to toss every couple of bags because the almond flour is oily. In the Facebook group, if you have a certain almond flour that you like and you like the taste of and it's usually good, comment in the Facebook group or search it and see what other people are doing, because a lot of people will just take, if they see that a batch is oily, they will put it into the oven at a really low temperature until it kind of takes out some of that oil. Okay, this is a common one. Too much cocoa powder. Like the oil in the almond flour and the oil on your equipment, you have to watch out for putting stuff in there that has too high of a fat content, because that can mess with the batter and give you those wrinkled shells. So this recipe is what I like. The brownie batter, that is what I use for my chocolate shells. And I think that is a good amount of cocoa powder that doesn't make the shells wrinkled. The recipe I use there, I take out 25 grams of almond flour from the full batch and put in 25 grams of cocoa powder. So that is a good recipe for me. If you haven't, go try that brownie batter recipe, because that is one of the most popular recipes that I have out. Okay, I love that recipe. And if you've seen our other videos, you've heard I have a recipe subscription service. So we'll put a link in the description for how you can sign up for that if you want to get more recipes like that. Okay, you could also be getting wrinkled shells if you over macaronage. So if you over folded your batter. If you've already seen this video, the basic macaron video, if you've already seen that and you're still having trouble, go watch this Macronage video and then go watch this one for some frequently asked questions. Then you should have it down after that. But that could be a problem. You could have over or under whipped your meringue. So this is another video I have for the meringue, and then this for meringue frequently asked questions. But that is something you need to get right. And don't add any food coloring or do anything fancy until you have the basic recipe down. Then you can, because food coloring and stuff like that could also maybe be a culprit. So avoid anything like that, time everything, and then you can go back in and see what was going on. And now this one said that drying them longer helped her. So before you put the macarons in the oven, you have to let them sit out and dry to get that kind of film. So that's something to think about. If you'd like to start selling your macarons or any other baked goods, join the email list below. I have a course called the Home Bakery Blueprint where you can work with me to start and grow your home bakery business. If you'd like, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll put those links in the description. Okay, check out these other macaron videos. Okay, love you, bye.